Let's go find the captain.
You can't see anyone above deck. What do you guys do?
As of right now, how many have we killed right now? As of like so far,
you probably killed
just from
four. I'd say
off.
probably total from the
Okay.
The scorpion.
Where does the captain live,
Faradon.
Rochelle?
Faradon, you seem like a smart guy. What shall we do?
They're clearly hiding below deck. But
Well, before we go anywhere, Boshale is the expert here. Boshale, where does the captain live?
in the captain's
So
quarters.
let me just make this assumption. At least as a player, I'm assuming the best loot would always be in the captain's quarters. Is that correct? Yeah. Oh, it's this way, and I lead them towards what I assume is the captain's quarters.
He is the expert in matters like this.
Raiden just sighs and follows along without saying anything.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, so
So
I'm
yeah,
gonna
you
kick
guys-
open that door as soon as I get the
Ooh.
chance.
Faradon, you don't appear to be in charge anymore.
So, so, so Bushnell, yeah, you like you walk up to the door that you would know to be the captain's quarters, and just like
Yeah.
kick the thing in. The door. Actually, can you roll me a strength check. Let's see how well you do busting in these doors.
As you open the door, you see the naked captain lying on a bed of gold.
That sounds like my kind of man.
I'm not averse to a little nudity now and then.
Oh my fucking god!
Bushnell
Oh,
like
bloody fucking
Bushnell walks up. Bushnell walks up and like kicks the door. And the door doesn't budge a fucking inch.
Can I try?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll me a strength check.
What am I rolling?
Just a
Have you
straight strength.
tried opening it?
D20,
Just
fuck,
strength?
One of those
D20
magic
with
doors. I've heard
Do I
about
roll
these.
strength?
Yes, he said roll strength.
Uh,
I pick the lock.
No, before he gets there, because he's behind us.
Yeah.
Because this door is pretty fucking sturdy. I don't think we're getting through here anytime soon. I think we camp out, light a fire, and burn it down.
We're on a wooden boat. I like it.
No.
I
Boshale?
don't like it anymore. You know, when
I attacked the door with my
we
axe.
got here, I think we.
At the
Yeah,
same
you-
time, I'd like to attack it with my warhammer.
But
So you're trying
Bushnell,
to block me from trying to pick the lock.
with
Do I just
Bushnell
roll
and Reno,
damage or
with Bushnell and Reno, you managed to get through the door.
okay?
It wasn't really that strongly held together. Like as you break it down, you look at it and like you can
Magic
imagine
Bushnell.
door. We could
there-
get
there's
weapons.
there's probably like a
Bar.
plank that's been kind of put across the lock, but the plank seems like rotted slightly. Like it doesn't look very sturdy.
Boshale, I believe this door is cursed. How often do curses occur on pirate ships?
Depends. I'm gonna turn. Was this guy greedy? I'm gonna like ask the first mate and whichever current guys are alive.
He chokes to death.
Smooth, Liam. Smooth
Oh
as
man,
always.
that's gonna kill him.
I think he
You're
has
right,
scurvy,
Liam.
Boshale. He definitely has scurvy.
This is a bad case of it.
I think our GM just died, everyone.
That's right, I can GM. I take over. We all get gold. Lots of gold.
You right?
Solid effort.
First mate, you seem to be
effort.
choking over there. You okay?
Die quietly.
The first mate looks back towards you. It's like, yes, I'm fine. I struggle to drink water sometimes. It's me enemy.
That's a very dangerous thing at sea.
He nods. He says, don't know what it is. If I'm drinking rum, if I'm drinking wine, it's fine. Juice, it's easy. It's just water. I can't figure it
They
out.
have an orange
I
then.
understand.
Throw an orange at him.
Yeah,
and
someone
then,
at the
so
monastery had that
he kind
serious
of like,
problem.
I think he nods. He says, aye, the captain was a sort who liked to acquire wealth, I guess you could say.
What does that have to do with the curse?
Okay, I changed my mind. We're gonna go downstairs and kill everyone first.
But what about the captain and the wealth?
is the
He's not
captain
going anywhere.
in the cabin?
Is there
So
I
anything
look
can't-
inside the cabin.
You can't see. Like you look inside the cabin, and it's really dark. Like, it's unnaturally dark.
Cyrene, I suggest you go in the cabin.
All right.
I make way for Cyrene to walk into the cabin.
All right.
Yeah, Cyrene steps into the cabin and lights a she puts her backpack down
Yeah.
because it was in the boat with her, and she grabs one of the torches handles sticking out, and she just kind of flicks the
Cool.
flint and tinder, and
Alright,
she
so-
waves it around.
Yeah. So Serene walks into the room, and immediately vanishes from sight. You guys, so Serene, what you see is you look around the room, and you see, you see what you'd imagine a captain's quarters would look like. It's your whatever Serene pictures a captain's quarter would look like is exactly what she sees in front of her.
Oh my
I knew
god!
it. It's a fucking
okay,
cursed
okay.
ship. Fuck.
Here it is. There's white curtains, really frilly, and they're blowing in the wind, and there's a really colored glass relief on the the back, where the sun is just shining in, and there's music playing in there's a piano or something. For some reason, there's a piano on board.
I love it. Yeah.
Sounds right.
There's
I
a massive
essentially-
bed. There's a massive bed. You
The
would
room
not
look-
be able to fit this in the fucking.
Yeah, let's say, does the room look bigger than it actually is to you?
Yes, exactly. And
I love
it's there's gold handles everywhere and gold statues.
How many servants are in
and
the room?
there's 15 different hats, 12 different pair of boots, and mannequins stuck different places with
The average,
dresses.
the average player home
Cool.
mod in Skyrim.
Yeah, basically, it's if whoever lived here, this is the dollhouse version of a captain's
Yeah,
quarters.
I tend to
And
Boshale.
there's also a massive chest, of
Cool.
course.
Oh, nice.
So yes, you
Oh.
see all this, Serene, and then kind of I guess
Oh.
one of the white curtains, moves and blows in a breeze that isn't there, and you see from behind the curtain steps once again Serene's image of a beautiful person, whatever that may be.
How drunk are they?
How drunk are they?
Is it just a person in the shape of an alcohol bottle?
It's just Serene, right? She sees Serene.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
She just sees a giant walking bottle of booze.
All right.
That signifies
me-
a real bad problem.
Okay. Let's see.
You.
Well, you said Cyrene's image of a beautiful person. I need to, because it's definitely not her husband.
Sweet.
Let's see.
Yeah,
People-
it's basically it's Serene's vision of
You don't need to make them.
Perfection.
Not.
Look, it's a perfect person. It has to be. So, first off, we see a man. It's definitely a man. They're they're slim, and 2 and 5.
human.
Oh man, I'll have to roll another d6.
Oh god.
Do you want a moment to work that out whilst we play our scene?
Yeah. Yep.
So you work through that. What do we see outside the guy? Serene's
Turn to
gone.
Boshale. Or I'm looking at Boshale. It's definitely a curse. You
It's a
mentioned green
cursed
skies.
ship. Fuck.
Have you experienced green skies and curses before? Specifically when it comes to disappearing idiots.
In my expert opinion, I think it's best to burn the ship. I don't want to do it, but I think it's the best thing to do.
Personally, I agree with you.
I turn to the crew. Well, he is the expert on these matters. I believe we should burn the ship.
But first, let's kill everyone on it and get as much as we can before that happens.
He's the expert. I agree with him.
Liam, is there any windows that look into the captain's cabin?
Not on this
You'd
side.
have to scale on the other end, most likely.
You'd have to like get out around the side of the ship.
And, like,
How
jump down.
climbable does it look to get into one of those windows?
Use a rope.
You reckon,
Like, how hard does it look if I tried to climb into one of them?
you reckon if you like strung up a rope from like here somewhere, you kind of drop straight back down, and there's like a window out there that you reckon you could break through? You'd have to break it, like it's closed.
Yeah,
so yeah, you could do that.
Say, Bo, do you have a rope I can use?
Yep. I pull out my 50-foot silk rope.
Yes, I do.
Silk.
In fact.
Phew,
Yeah.
Silk rope.
Comes as a pirate.
nice.
Bo, that is a
I was just- I
lovely...
was-
We care about our rope, damn it.
I tie it off to the side of the boat and like rappel down the side of the ship.
Yeah, I'm holding
Sure.
onto that rope. That rope is very important.
Awesome. So do you break through the window?
Can I see through the window?
You see darkness as you look through the window.
I had to say, this side's dark as well, can't see in.
I sigh and walk through the door.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like someone just did something stupid.
All right. So yeah, Reno.
What's going on over there?
I mean, actually, you guys can't see, but yeah. So Reno, as you step into the captain's quarters, the same thing happens. Right? Like you see Reno's image of what like a perfect
I know exactly what it is.
captain's quarters would be. We see this.
A perfectly square room made entirely of wood, like average looking wood.
Yep.
There's no bed. There's two poles in the middle of the room that go to the roof, and a hammock's lying between them. From the poles, hundreds of nails, and on each of the nails is a different kind of eye patch. In the corner, there's just a pile of pig legs,
Sure.
along with hook arms. And then in the other corner, there is a chest that's open with gold spilling out of it, like an absurd amount of gold.
Okay.
The chest is probably piled on the gold.
Sure.
There's nothing else in the room besides that.
Is Serene in the room, Liam?
No.
Oh no, yeah, no. Okay,
So
that-
there
yep,
you
that's all there is.
you hear like a movement from behind you,
Turn around.
and you see what Reno would picture as the like perfection embodied in a person.
There doesn't seem to be anything in here, Beauchale.
Can we hear him?
No.
No, we're too busy on the other end trying.
So
I'm
what
trying
what
to
do you,
pull
like
you up,
what is Reno's perfect image of a person?
I literally see. I see Beauchale.
Okay, cool. Alright. So
I
you
mean,
see-
so I'm assuming it's probably just the standard rock person.
Yeah.
Not
Is it
specifically
male or
Beauchale,
female?
but they're dressed as. I don't think they have gender. I think they're rock
That's
people.
sexist.
We don't
They're
have
rock
gender,
people.
apparently.
But they're dressed like Beauchale because they're a pirate.
Sure. So this is
what
once
I
again,
see.
this isn't necessarily like your perfect captain. This is Reno's perfect person.
Person.
The perfect vision
Then
of
it's-
beauty embodied in a person.
Just a stone person that I assume is Beauchale.
Cool. All
Are
right.
they completely naked?
Beauchale,
We all
where did
look
your-
alike, is what I'm understanding.
Where did your clothes go? I don't understand what's happening. I-
So
Appreciate you, but not in that manner. Or
Oh
type.
my god. You just see the difference between Cyrene, where she's just like walking up, she
Yeah.
twirls the crowbar and she just tries to kill the person.
okay, cool. So we'll play that scene in a second. So the rock person in front of you, the carving in front of you, like their head tilts to the side, and they say, "Reno, welcome."
Beauchale, what's with the funny voice?
He smiles. I'm not Beauchale.
Well, we're gonna play that game then. All right, you're not Beauchale. Who are you? roll my eyes.
Yeah, the head kind of like tilts back. Says, I'm someone who can give you everything you want.
He clearly wants to say it.
Shale, I appreciate you in a companion fighting kind of way. Maybe he's a friend, but I do not.
I'm so
I'm going to be
glad
very
The-
clear about this.
The
I
carving
do not
like,
want to have
holds out their
sex with
hand,
you, Boshale.
as you're going on your rant, and like a slender, intricate, elegant longsword, like materializes in its hand, and it's of a pattern and design that you don't recognize, something completely different.
Can I roll a wisdom saving throw?
Against what?
against himself.
Against their
Magic.
fuck.
Basically,
like-
you want to be
Charisma.
like,
Against their
this is an
charisma.
illusion, or this.
No, I want to see how I'm going to react. Against their, whatever their charisma DC would be. I want to roll a wisdom save.
Sure. I'm not going to tell you your target, but I'll tell you if you pass or fail.
Okay, I'm going to roll.
You
Awesome.
fail.
So describe this sword to me.
So I think the sword that we see, it's like a very intricate, long-bladed sword. It's silver. It has like filigree in the blade. The hilt is probably of like two serpents, like intertwined. And the hilt is like the heads of the serpents. The blade probably tapers off to a curved point at the very end. It looks delicate, and the way that the carving is holding it, the way they're holding it, like balance and poise wise, it seems like it'd be a lot lighter than it should be. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. There's probably a red gem in the outer eye of each snake as well, like a red, like almost glowing. It glows like a dull glowing gem in the eye.
And
of each snake.
yeah, and I see a naked stone person, or not naked. I guess like I see a stone person. I see a whatever they
You
call.
said
I
they were
forget what
naked
call.
before.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, but like they don't wear clothes. I guess they wear clothes.
They will
like
do.
yeah, but they don't have any like genitalia. So like them being naked isn't like whatever. It doesn't matter.
We're
but
not
it's a stone
looking
person.
at.
Having genitalia.
We're
I'm not looking at the
David,
biology
okay?
of
It's a
this.
stone
We're not
serpent.
looking at David.
Okay. Yeah, so I see the sword, my eyes go wide, and I immediately drop to a knee. I apologize, my lady. I did not know it would be you. It makes sense that you would take this form, though. What do you request of me? I am your servant, humbly.
I don't think like it like turns, and like the camera kind of like follows it around, and we see like for a fraction of a second we see like a grin, like a sly grin, a spread across its face,
Across its stony face.
and then it turns back to you, like kind of moving the sword around in its grip as if it's looking at it too. And it says, I believe this is what you seek, Reno.
I'm sorry, my lady, but I do not understand.
And her head it tilts to the side again, and she says, is this not what you are spending your life searching for? Something new, undiscovered?
The sword, you mean?
Nods.
I suppose, in a sense, though, not wholly, no. Why, my lady?
It says, the sword is just the beginning. I can teach you how to make one.
And you would choose me as your servant? your vassal on this earth. You've come to me after all this time of being silent, not speaking to anyone.
It smiles another, like a warm smile, and like reverses its grip on the blade to like show you the hilt, and says, "I believe it is time."
Time for what?
She pauses and looks you up and down. For a new champion.
Oh, I apologize again, but I really do not understand. You want me to be a champion of what exactly? I'm a smith, a forger.
I want you to do what no one could. I want you to achieve everything you can be, and I can help with that. I can make whatever you want appear, happen. I have that power.
My lady, you know, as a devout servant to the faith my entire life, you know the one thing that I want more than anything else. And you say you can simply make that happen?
She shrugs and says, "My power is growing. Within time, I'll be able to build you a new world if you so desire it."
My lady, why have you not revealed yourself to us? Why have you stayed hidden all this time? If you could simply free yourself, why wouldn't you?
So, Liam, what's going on outside while all this is happening?
Yeah, so I'll get to that in a sec.
Okay.
So she says,
I'll be right back quickly.
oh, good. She says, "You ask many questions for one that is given everything they want, is given an opportunity to achieve everything they've ever desired, fulfill the dreams of their order. My power is growing. Slowly, day by day, I undo the wrongs dealt. Like I said, soon I'll have the power to rebuild worlds."
Like I lift my head up and look at her or it for the first time, like because I've been bowed, like staring at the ground this whole time. Like I prop my hand up on my knee, and I think I might be a little confused. You've been trapped away, hidden, or sealed. I don't know the specifics. I've just heard from what they've told me, the elders of the church, for what, thousands of years? And now you reveal yourself to me, someone who's, I mean, just started out, really. I've not been a priest for that long, like not fully anointed. And you come to me and say you can rebuild the world and you can give me whatever I want and you can free yourself.
She
But why haven't you
like,
freed
lifts
yourself?
her hand, like with the sword, in it. There's like a halting gesture. Says no, that's not what I said at all. I said my power is growing. I don't have the power to rebuild worlds yet, but as a conduit in the real world, one worthy gains strength. I do too.
I think I understand a little bit more. Again, why have you revealed yourself to me and not, like, the leader of our faith? I don't know his
You're the
name.
conduit, Reno.
Oh, I'm getting that, but why me?
She shakes her head. That I cannot answer.
Oh, so you're saying this is like mystical, biblical shit? I get it. I get it.
She says,
I'll do you one. Well, I say you'll do me one. Whatever. I don't actually wield a sword. I'm not good with it. I can wield a warhammer mighty fine though. The sword, not gonna do anyone much good. I'll probably just poke my eye out with it. But I can smash real good with a hammer. How about that?
Shakes her head. She says, "You don't need to use the sword in combat. You just need to..." She pauses. "Take life. Fuel it."
Jesus, what?
She like looks you up and down, sees the blood that still sprayed your armor. Is
Look,
this not
I
your
get
task,
that I
in
look.
faith?
Oh, look, I'm killing crazy pirates that threw rocks at me. I haven't killed anyone that didn't deserve it.
She raises her hand. "I didn't ask you to kill unworthy. I just asked you to kill. Do what you
Just
have been.
whatever. Just doesn't matter. Just kill.
Just do what you have been. Continue your service in the faith. But when you do," she hands you the sword, "use this. It'll increase the power given to me through the conduit."
Again, my lady, I don't actually know how to fight with a sword. It'd be like a big knife in my hand, and I'd need a big fork to go with it, but I don't have a big fork.
She
I apologize for this, my lady,
She
but I
shakes
just
her
don't
head
really think
and,
I'm
like,
going to be a useful servant if I have a
pushes
sword.
the sword against you. Like you hear like the clang of the metal on your armor, and says, "You don't need to fight with the sword." She tilts her head. "Unfortunately, I don't have another choice in this matter. You are the person who has been selected. I cannot change that. What I need you to do in service to me and service to your faith is to fight. Do what you are doing. Fight with your hammer, but kill with the sword."
Again,
And like she
I
like
can't actually...
the sword like punches it against your chest a couple of times and like presses it against you.
You don't... Sorry, my lady, I apologize, but I can kill with a hammer, really good like. But with a sword, it's like hitting a tree with another bit, like a branch. Nothing will happen. Are you... wait, I think I got it. Are you telling me that the sword is a metaphor?
There's like no movement from the carving who's holding the sword. And she just like looks you up and down.
It seems like you have to
And her
make
hand
a choice,
like it
man.
drops to like the hand with the sword like drops. And she says, "You are the one they chose. After all these years of waiting," and like you have like you can hear the anger that's starting to like flood into her voice. She says, "After all my years of waiting, after all I gave, you are the one they chose."
Apparently, I don't, I didn't sign up for anything
So you like
that.
as you try to
I'll
move.
take the, look, if you're gonna yell, I
Yeah,
will
she's
take the
like
sword.
as you try to
Just
move
don't-
and speak, like you feel like you're unable, like you can't move, and she like the carving, the like a hilt, like a scabbard, appears around the elegant blade, and she like straps it with like a belt loop around your waist, and says, "Leave now with the sword. Do what you do." And then like you like pushed out through the doorway you came from, and you appear in the deck on your back, with the sword still belted around your waist.
Well, that was fucking weird.
Oh my god.
So, first of all, Freydon and Boshael, you heard. I'm not sure. I think Reno said something as he entered. And you
You
hear.
want to roll perception to see what we heard?
You hear like you heard him enter. You hear like footsteps, And then it's been like maybe 30 seconds, and you hear like a clattering of armor, and like, that was weird.
I'm assuming I've brought
Yeah,
Jared
I
on
would've
back
would've
up,
got that
right?
out.
Yeah.
I wasn't hanging off the side of the ship that time.
Yeah, they're like, what can you see still?
Oh
And
man.
I say, "You're okay there? You just
Well, I think
It's-
I just became a holy warrior. So maybe.
I mean, you already were."
Yeah, but like a
You
level
do
above
see
that.
you do see this like blade hanging from his hip.
Because I definitely didn't have this sword before.
The fuck
now
is
I
that
do.
thing? And also, where is Serene?
Oh, Serene was not in there. Boshale wasn't in there either.
No,
I
I think-
apologize for the things I,
I know
did say to
Boshale
you.
wasn't there.
I
Boshale was one of the
apologize.
Here.
then
Boshale, I
with that,
apologize for assuming that from you.
With that, the camera cuts. What do we see of this person who's removed themselves from behind this white silk curtain, Serene?
Yeah, it's like the tricorn hats and the long sleeved, and it's all just in white. And they are having this amazing duelist sword.
Sure.
And it's like when Cyrene steps forward, it's just a shit-eating grin, and they pull out the blade. Like it's just like she's picking between her crowbar and her own rapier. It's just like, and I don't think she manages to pick one
Yeah.
before. But yeah, this slim like duelist type with slicked back hair and obviously like different color on their eyes because
So
it's
what
like
race are
Fantasy
they?
Fabio.
The human, or
Yeah, it's a human, sadly.
alright. So this figure who steps out from the curtain, like smiles towards you, Serene. It's a beautiful smile. He says, Serene, my darling, how are you? It's been so long.
I don't remember you.
He laughs, and it's such a it's a warm, like, inviting laugh. Says, of course you do. It's
She
only
begins
been
to stalk forward.
a year and a half? How could you have forgotten?
Are you making fun of my intelligence?
He shakes his head. No, you know I'd never do that. I respect you far too much.
She keeps stalking forward. Well, that's nice of you to not do. Because I would have remembered that coat and that tricolor hair and those eyes and those kissable lips. And you just see behind her back, she's just twirling the crowbar as she's approaching.
Cool. It says, Serene, you don't want to do anything hasty. You know I can give you everything. Everything you desire. Everything you want.
I'm confused, so I'll ask you for advice. Should I pummel you to a smithereen, or should we part amicably after eloping in that very plushy bed of yours?
Oversized bed.
He laughs again. And kind of like throws a glance over his shoulder towards the bed. He says, I'm sure we can part ways amicably. There's no reason for violence, Serene.
She fiddles with her hands, and it's just like, oh, you need a drink.
And I think like the world around you like buzzes and fades, and you're seated at a table that you don't remember being in the middle of the room, but it must have been because you're sitting there. And
Yeah,
it's like,
of course.
you know, like a dream where like you don't remember like how you got to a place. You're just there. It's like that. It's like you know you must have got here. You know you must have walked to this table and sat down. And you must have poured you a drink, but like You don't remember it happening, but you know it must have because you're here, right? You were standing up, and now you're sitting at this table with a drink in your hand. And he's seated across from you with a glass in his own hand, and he sips it. And it shines you another warm smile.
Mm. I'm not dressed for this occasion, it seems.
He says, "Whatever do you mean?" And you look down, and you're in whatever Serene would imagine would be the correct clothing for this. And like, once again, you don't remember changing, but you must have.
Yeah, of course. She eyes the drink.
She said, and the man seated across the table from you says, "So tell me, Serene, what is it you want?"
What do you mean?
He smiles and laughs and says, "We were speaking of desires, of wants. I told you mine, but we never got to your side of the conversation." And like smiles and laughs. "What is it you want from life in general? What's your desire you'd never tell the world? You can tell me."
Is that a trick question?
He shakes his head. "No. I'm intrigued by you, Serene."
I want to... She kind of winces. I want to kill my parents. Or at least do something really weird and awful.
Yeah, he looks you up and down, and a smile spreads across his face. And he says, "Well, I've been known to grant wishes, but this is a strange one." But
I don't want it to happen instantly. I want
No.
to have, the satisfaction of vengeance.
And he nods. He says, "I'm sure you do. And I can help with that, if you let me. If you want it."
Oh. I don't know. These things usually come with a catch.
He smiles and like gestures around him, and he says, "Has anything I've ever brought you come with a catch? Look around at what I've made us. What I've brought you, what I've supplied for you. It's never come with a catch. Why would it now?" He smiles.
So I could ask for literally anything?
He smiles. He says, "And if it's within my power to grant, of course." I have been known to be looks around and looks up and down, a facilitator of things. Whether it comes to you right now, or I simply provide a means to an end.
This is like, you know how you're doing a math problem and it's just like not fitting, and she just grabs the drink and chugs it.
Except Serene can't do maths.
And then
Six
Serene,
intelligence.
you grab the drink, and you chug it and you put it down, and you look around and you look back down, and you don't remember him filling your cup, but he must have.
Yeah, of course. Oh, I love this. She will... Oh man, this is big.
He smiles. And
Can I return here? Like, is this It has to happen now.
He grins. He says, I'm sure I'll see you again. Like I said, this isn't the first time we've met, and I'm sure it won't be the last. And he stands up from the table and kind of holds his hands out in front of him. And he says, what about this? And he kind of like turns and walks away from the table. And he returns with an elegant like case, an elegant like short small case, and he puts it down on the table and he flicks it up, and it's a like intricate, almost like a hairpin, I'd say, silver like filigree inlaid, with this like beautiful red like ruby in the kind of design. Like it's probably like a flower piece, or like a red ruby in the middle. And he looks you up and down and he says, this will help you achieve whatever it is you're looking to achieve when you reach your parents and exact your much needed and desired revenge. If you were to, and he kind of like lifts up and it's like beautiful, like it's a fucking masterpiece of like a jewelry. He holds it up. He says, if you were to plunge this into one of their hearts, they would suffer exquisitely.
So it's a torture device.
He laughs. He says, torture is such a limiting word.
That's perfect. I could kiss you right now. I'll take it.
And yeah, he like holds out the box, and he says, and don't worry, Serene. If you ever come across another foe who was to stand in your path, he like smiles, it's not a single use.
That's even
And
better.
there's like malice in his grin. And
Oh my
then
god, and the grin is just equally returned.
Yeah,
It's
and then you wake, like you're out on the deck. And you don't remember having, like, you guys see probably Reno, because they're making their way down towards you. You guys see her like walk out of the blackness. Serene, you don't remember having like gotten up and finished your exchange and walked out. But you must have, because you're standing there now, and you reach up and your hair has got this new pin in it. That you remember, and you get a strange, you get a strange inclination that like you don't remember him, doing up your hair and pinning it up, but he must have.
Yeah, we must like when Cyrene comes to, it's like her memory just starts inventing things.
Well, yeah, it's like it's literally the best way to describe it, and the same thing for Reno. It's like trying to recall a dream. Like,
oh man,
there are parts missing that don't really make sense, and your brain is trying to fill the gaps, and you're trying to remember, but it's all really hazy.
Boshale, you're the expert here. I suggest you go into the room, because I'm a little...
I don't want to be a holy warrior. I don't want
Boshale, you're gonna go in the room.
that. No, I really don't want to.
Okay.
Are you
how
a
about
holy warrior now, Cyrene?
this? Well, paper, scissors, rock, and we'll...
What?
If I
Are
win,
you
go
a
in the
holy
room.
warrior now, just like this one?
no.
Forget that. She's not gonna understand even if we explain it to her. If we play paper, scissors, rock, and I win, you go in the room. If not, I'll give you a gold.
I'm
You
gonna...
should check it out. It's not going to hurt you.
He'll be back.
I will give you a whole gold if I lose.
Gold.
All you have to do is go in a room. Come on, it's not that big of a deal.
Can we go kill the guys downstairs first? Because I have a bad.
No.
I have.
I will
No?
give you 2 gold if we do it now. 2 gold. Imagine that. 2 more gold.
That is a strong argument.
And guess what? If you lose, all that happens is you walk in a room, walk back out.
Wait, hold on. Did either of you see the captain in there or anything else?
No,
Oh,
the
that's not
captain is not
important.
in there.
We are currently playing rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Is that offensive? Scissors also don't exist in this land. I mean, anvil,
Oh, I could have asked for a
parchment.
flask of never-ending booze. That would have been nice. And you just see her
Anvil,
emptying the flask that
parchment.
she has.
Why didn't
Just
you
like-
think of that?
Let's play anvil, parchment, sword.
Listen,
yeah.
there's a genie in
choose
there,
rock.
and he grants wishes. Okay.
Genie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look around. So I'm assuming that.
Wait, what happened to our debt? Our got a little game here, Boshale.
Oh, use
Hey.
rock.
We
I just put my fist out. Rock.
that's not how that.
I love the idea that Reno puts out his hand too, and like regardless of what he put out, Bo just like smacks his hand on top of Reno's. It's like,
Rock
ah!
I guess we're not.
So I'm assuming
Oh.
Faradin is doing something else during this time because he's.
Yeah, Fred is like probably exploring part of the ship, I'd imagine. Like looking over
What
things.
is the sword?
No,
look like?
he's headed up above the captain's cabin to actually look inside the window yet.
Again. Just to
Sorry?
double check.
What is that? What does the sword look like?
The same as I described.
So
Reno looks down at his hip and he sees the sword that was
Yeah,
described.
I pull it
to him.
out,
Yep.
and it's a fancy as fuck sword.
So yeah, you pull it out and you see this like once again like the same like beautifully silvered filigreed curved blade near the end. The rest of
is that a
you,
scimitar?
the rest of you
Is that the pirates? The
see a
captain's-
similar shaped sword. So it's long. It's longer than you think. Rhino may have like
Reno. My name's
Reno.
fucking
Rhino.
Sorry.
Right now.
It's kind of funny to say Rhino at this point though.
You're the
That time was a legitimate mistake, but it's kind of funny to say Rhino. So yeah, and then you guys see a sword of similar proportions, but it doesn't look as fancy.
Is this the best sword I've ever seen?
Yeah, by far.
This here is the most well-crafted, most well-adorned, fanciest sword I have seen in my entire life.
you
And
did
I
see
grew
the
up in a
captain.
monastery where it was
So you guys-
dedicated to making fancy swords.
No,
You guys,
Cyrene walks up. Listen, it grants wishes. You should go in there now before the wishes are spent.
And I spoke to my god in there. I am now a holy
I'm so
crusader.
confused. Is it a genie or a god?
It's a god.
Listen, you'll
It's a
figure
goal.
it out when you walk in. Okay.
Well, I'm pretty sure
You
you
should
just
totally
spoke
do that.
to my god, and for some reason they chose you as well. Because I'm not wrong here. I definitely spoke to a god that was my
I'm
god
going to
that gave
stab
me
you.
this beautifully crafted. I don't think you could. It gave me this beautifully crafted sword. Look at it. Is this not the most beautiful thing you have ever seen
So for
in
you
your
guys-
entire life?
The sword looks unusual.
So,
The sword looks unusual, but it doesn't look anything too fancy. Like
let me just ask you, why can't you go back in then? I'll
That's a
go in
very
with you.
Valid. Let's go in at the same time.
Okay.
What I miss?
We're walking.
everyone is
you
currently
see-
standing around the deck together.
Me and Bosho
where-
walk into the room.
Where's the first mate?
Standing, observing this mess.
Oh, right. I wanted to talk.
Actually,
to
to
you
be fair,
about-
no, he's probably coordinating the rescue of. I forgot one of the ships sunk. He's probably coordinating the rescue of his crew.
So is he not on the deck with us at the moment then?
Not currently,
Sounds
no.
fair.
He'd be like
Not currently.
running the boat back and forth.
Any of that crew on the deck with us?
Yes, yeah.
I turn to one of them and say, "So, do any of you know how the fuck to get in that room?"
Cyrene is standing there.
The
They got
crew
into the
kind of look
room
you up
and then they
down.
came back out.
The
We
crew
both
look
got
up and
into
down.
the
They
room.
say, well, You've never been in it. It's the captain's quarters, not ours. But I would assume you just walk through the door like any other.
Well, we broke the door down, so why don't you walk through the door and I'll give you a gold if you do it.
Are you pointing to the crew member?
Yep.
Okay. He walks in.
I flip him the gold before he walks in.
He grabs the gold. He walks in. And then, like, maybe 5-10 seconds later, he walks back out, kind of looks around at you guys. He says, "It's just the captain's quarters."
Well, fuck me, silly. I walk into the room.
Okay.
So, do we see the captain's quarters?
Yes.
And nothing else?
Yeah.
But
Is
the
it
re-
still
but-
black for me and
Yeah,
Bo?
do we still see darkness in there,
No.
or
So as these two walk in, the darkness like breaks apart around them, and like it looks almost like it starts to like disintegrate, like from their like forms outwards.
Do we see the darkness?
No, not at all.
You guys
You
don't see
don't
the
see
whole
any of the darkness at all.
Oh.
Does the room look different to them than it did originally?
No, I mean yes, to them compared to what they saw in there, yes. But once again, what they're remembering as if it was a dream, so they don't have a perfect recollection of what they saw.
Well, I'll be
remember? I
damned.
called dibs on the hat.
It's just a standard room. I don't know why we were all hyped up about it. It's just a room.
Rhino, can I have a look at your sword, please?
I don't respond.
I sneak up behind him and try and take it from him.
Yeah, I'm holding the sword. You're not gonna. You
You
can't.
said it was in your belt, didn't
No, I took it out.
If you
Okay.
pulled it out.
So
damn
okay,
it.
so and also like he's holding it, so you can see it clearly. It looks like it's a weird design, but it doesn't look like anything fancy.
And I
I
have
wish I had
explained that it's
I
the
wish I had
fanciest
Arcana,
sword
but
ever.
I don't.
I think the only thing that looks like fancy about it to you guys is the two smaller like red rubies that are inlaid into the hilt.
I'm gonna like the room. There's no one in the room, right?
No one.
Is there anything in the room? Like a sword, like the captain's sword specifically?
I mean, so there's like
Captain's hat.
there's not really a captain's sword. There's probably just like a bed, like a fancier looking bed. There's a few other various assorted supplies, probably a map, all that sort of stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm
Is
gonna
there
leave
a
and
chest
I'm
here?
gonna sort something out.
Not in the captain's quarters, no.
I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna cast a detect magic as a ritual
Okay.
on the sword.
I'll just lean over to them and say, "You know that room's evil and these two are cursed now, right?"
I am not cursed.
I
don't believe
whispered
it.
that to Boru.
Don't be so bloody stupid.
No, I whispered that to Boru. You probably wouldn't have heard me.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just more worried about what we're gonna do with the ship.
You
Right.
detect
The
like,
cursed ship, we can't sell it very well.
Okay.
you detect
Definitely
there's
not
something.
using it.
I
Yeah,
take
you-
the sword out. I pull out a small leather satchel and I untie it and like wind it out, and it's like just this vast assortment of varying sized hammers and like pliers. It's just a
Okay.
bunch of different hammers. I take a hammer and I bang the sword.
Okay. So, yeah, you detect like a very faint magic on the sword. Like for what you kind of, can you roll me like an Arcana?
Yeah. $11.
So you think that it's like it kind of gives off the same the same source as if like it was a spell had been cast on an object and it was like fading.
Can I get its school of magic?
Let me roll my own check.
You mean enchantment because it was enchanted with something?
I don't know. Maybe. It might just be a magic sword.
Yeah, you get nothing.
I get nothing. Can I look at?
You
while I
think it's
have this
probably
up-
faded, like the like, potency, for lack of a better term, of the magic has faded too
Well,
far
I mean,
to be able to pick out.
What kind of sword is it? Is it a broadsword? Is it like a long sword? Is it a short sword?
No, it's
It's a rapier.
it's probably got the same stats as a longsword, or whatever
Okay.
the equivalent is in the 5th edition. It's a lot it's a very different design. It's a lot thinner, with like a slightly curved end, like it curves to a point at the end. But the stat wise, it'd be a longsword if you want to add it to your character sheet.
Well, I can't bloody use a longsword.
Liam, have I ever heard?
Once again, and like, so I think so. Okay, so the thing, your both your recollections of what happened is hazy. But the one thing that's like clear as day, Reno, to you is that like you don't have to fight someone with the sword. You just have to finish them with the sword.
Yeah, but I can't.
No, it's fine. Your character interprets that as they do.
Oh,
You
no, I'm
can
having
use
that problem as
downtime
Matt.
to earn your proficiency in longsword eventually. Don't worry about it.
Eventually.
And once again, you don't actually have to use the longsword to fight. You can just fucking.
Does a longsword count as a simple weapon?
No,
No,
it's
it's
martial.
melee.
It's a martial.
Oh no, yeah, I have longsword in my proficiency.
So what they said, like, they said kill with it, right? Like, that would mean I would have to beat them down to, like, very low health with my mace.
You can just knock them unconscious.
And then stab him with the sword.
In your last couple of blows, you can just say you're inflicting non-lethal damage. You deal half damage, and you just knock them out.
Yeah.
And then just
Yeah. This just seems like a very ineffective way to...
Just no.
Well, you don't have to.
Oh, no,
And then
I got figured out.
Serene.
You wanted to...
the one
yeah,
thing
but I
that
need to know how to figure it.
the one thing
I
that
know, I
you
got
very
it.
clearly remember is the like stab them with the pin, and they will suffer like exquisite pain.
Mm.
Stab someone with the pin.
Yeah, and it's a
Stab
massive.
someone.
It's a like the hairdo is like different now, and there's like
Yeah.
a massive hairpin that just pins the whole thing.
I'm gonna proceed downstairs looking for someone to test
Liam,
things
do I-
on.
Through my knowledge of history and shit, have I ever heard of anything like the sword or the pin?
Once
Like
again,
how
so
they-
to you, unless they've told you otherwise, to you both these things look normal apart from the.
I have
movie.
exclaimed several times how fancy the sword looks.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
says
best sword
his
I've ever
weapon is a
seen.
holy weapon, so I'm gonna go down and see what it can do.
Yeah, let's finish off with
Let's go
killing the
downstairs.
captain.
Let's finish. If the captain's
Oh.
not here, the captain's gonna be downstairs.
Sorry,
Yeah.
just before we do that, did I see any magic on anything else as I looked around?
So you see a similar, like, basically the same.
Aura.
You see the same thing from the room.
Can I detect magic from that?
From the room, yeah.
What kind of magic?
That one is probably a bit easier. Let's have a look.
So it does just say I can
It is,
use the
it
actual
is.
detect the...
I'm aware.
Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Necromancy.
What is the schools of magic in this here gamey thing?
Oh, so in the
Um,
book,
Illusion?
Enchantment.
I mean,
So
the
just
spell
coming down to-
isn't in the
just
book,
curious.
but the schools of magic will be because that's all you get to know. You think it's well, you see that it's the transmutation school of magic that's affected the room.
Well, shit.